Alright people, got a little jack session coming your way. I'm expecting a lot of you to be doing this today because the CrossFit session is quite short and it's just an added bit of work. It's pretty good, so if you're feeling fresh, definitely should be hitting this. So if you're not rolling correct straight out of the CrossFit session, you've had to split your sessions up or something like that, or you haven't done anything before you roll into this session, just the suggested warm-up, you're just going to do 10 down to 1 of squats and sit-ups and just alternate them all the way through. Don't worry about going 100 miles an hour on that. It's not a workout or anything. It's just to get you pumped up for doing the session. So once you've done that, we're going to roll into some bicep curls, and we're going to be using just a single standard dumbbell for this. So just one dumbbell is fine. You don't need a shed load of weight for this. It's a lot of reps. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit 20 curls, so full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down, nice strong curls, and then we're going to go into a 30-second hold at a right angle, and then we're going to go into another 20 reps straight after, so straight out of that hold into those 20 reps. Then you're going to get a minute's rest, and then you're going to go again, and we're going to do that for 4 sets. So I'm going to demo this on my knees, just so you guys can see. You don't have to do it on your knees, you can do it stood up. Either way, there's minimal difference between the two. So you're going to go straight out in front of you, and then that weight's going to come up nice and strong all the way up to the top, and then back down again. You're going to keep that going for a full 20 reps. Once you've done your 20 reps, you're just going to hold at this right angle position, and you're going to hold that for 30 seconds, and then you're going to go straight back in and do another 20 reps. Then you've got a minute's rest, and you're going to go again with that. What is really important on this, like I was saying before, is to make sure that arm comes fully straight and then all the way up at the top as well. Like I said before, you might need to reduce the weight on the dumbbell for this. Probably not to this degree, because pretty sure Gracie could lift this. It's not really that heavy, but you might need to reduce it from what you would normally use for bicep curls and stuff, because 40 reps per round is a lot, and we're doing 4 sets, especially with that isometric hold thrown in there as well. Once we've done that, guys, we're going to go and work on some rear delt stuff. So rear delts are the muscles in your sort of upper shoulder back here, and they're quite small, so it's really important that we work on them, because they do use them quite a lot in like holding our chest up, pulling our shoulder blades back, and they're really good for our shoulder health as well, and keeping us like injury free really. So what we're going to do for these is you're going to need to be stood up for these. There's no option of like sitting down or anything like that, and we're going to do 20 reps. We're going to have a minute's rest, and then we're going to do another 20 reps. We're going to go for 5 sets. This is nice and simple. There's no sort of like extra crazy work thrown in there. We're just going to try and perfect this for a little bit without throwing in a drop set or anything like that. So I'm just going to move you up so you can see what I'm doing. So if you've only got one dumbbell, you absolutely have the option to do these. I'm going to demo them with one dumbbell so you can see what it looks like. So all you're going to do with these is you're going to come into that bent over position, that bent over row position that we would all use. We all know what that looks like. So you're going to bring it down, slight bend in our knee, back's nice and flat, pulling them shoulder blades back, and all you're going to do from there is pull this dumbbell out and back in. Now if you had to, obviously you'd be doing it this way, both out, both back in. If you'll notice, there's an ever so slight bend in my elbows. I'm doing this, I'm not going straight arm. Reason we do this is because you can get more of a range of motion through that muscle that's in the back there by bending our elbow. So we're going to start here, it's going to come out to the side and then back in again, and you're going to keep that going for 20 reps. If you've only got a single dumbbell and you can only do it with a single dumbbell, what you're going to do is you're going to do 24 reps on one side, 24 reps on the other, and that'll be 1 set, and then you'll take your rest. Again, as with the movement before, you're probably going to need to go quite light with this, not because it's too many reps, but because that muscle is a really, really small muscle, and you're isolating it quite a lot there, so you're probably going to need the lighter weight just to get the reps done and to work that smaller muscle. It's not like using your legs. So you're doing 20 reps of that, you're having a minute's rest, and you're going to do that for 5 sets. However, obviously if you've got one dumbbell, it's going to be more like 40 reps, but obviously it's 20 either side. Once we've done that, we're going to go for some leg work just to finish us off. We're going to go goblet squats, and we're going to do that for a Tabata. So nice and simple, you can find a Tabata on YouTube, just type it in top bar search, easy, there'll be a Tabata there, no problem for you. Similarly, I have a playlist on Spotify that's got a shed load of Tabatas in it. So when we're doing our goblet squats, what I want you to do is I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I'd like us to do no full extension for the full 20 seconds. And what I mean by this is not standing all the way up every time you squat. Now, I would never ask you to do this normally when we're doing a workout, or when we're doing like 5 sets of 5 or anything like that, because obviously we want that full range of motion. But I know we've all got that full range of motion. Nobody's struggling to stand up. The reason we keep you in this never fully extended position is because you're constantly in a place of tension then. So it's going to be quite tough. But when it comes to the rest phase of the Tabata, you can stand all the way up, then you're absolutely fine, yeah? So what I mean by that is, if you've got a dumbbell, obviously you're going to hold it here. If you've got a kettlebell, exactly the same thing. But when we come down into that squat, we're not going to stand all the way up. We're just going to stay in that state of tension constantly without ever actually locking out. And then when he says rest, you're going to stand it up to rest. And then you're going to go back again, but you're never going to come to full extension. And again, he'll say rest, and you'll stand all the way up. All the features of a normal squat apply on that, guys. So obviously, other than the full extension thing, you're sending that bum back and down, you're keeping that chest nice and high, pulling them shoulder blades back and holding that goblet squat with our dumbbell or our kettlebell. For that, you can probably go a little bit heavier than you would for all the other movements that you've done. It is a lot of reps, but we can all back squat way more than we can goblet squat, so you can go at a decent weight for that. Alright people, and that is your jacked session, guys. Enjoy it, have a good day, see you on the Zooms, hopes.